And this is day 7 already. Let's see. So this is day 7 of do one thing you fear every day for 1 week challenge. And wow, I can't believe we are on day 7 already, or it has been a long week probably, but yeah, so we're just gonna wait for a few moments if people will join in. And what can I say? The fear still kicks in. Yeah, actually it does, but we will see. Let us wait. Okay, okay. How does this work? So, anyways, let us start. Welcome to day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge. And wow, I'm on day 7 already. I can't believe it has been challenging for sure. The fears have kicked in, and somehow we've pushed past with courage, So, once again, I will say the aim for this challenge is to pick up something we fear doing, start doing it, and acting upon it for the next 7 days. And then find out for ourselves where this leads us by the end of it. And of course, 7 days is not a long period, but it is just enough to get us started, stay committed, and it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Yeah. So, you know what? Somebody had asked me yesterday to give an example what they can pick up. So now I would say is that it is absolutely, it can be anything, but it has to be something worthwhile for you, for your time, for your efforts, So say you have a dream of running a marathon, for example. Now, of course, as a beginner, you're afraid, you're scared, and you can't even imagine how you're going to run that 42K. So naturally there's fear, but now if we are to challenge ourselves, join this challenge, how about next 7 days I'm going to run 42K. No, next 7 days I'm going to run 1K at least every day, and by the end of 1 week, you've already run 7K. So it's not as overwhelming as the initial goal sounds makes it to be. So this is just a vague example that I'm giving you. Your goals can be anything. For me, it has been going live on Instagram, and that's when I realized, that it's often those goals in life that we are actually meant to do in life. At whatever point in time it may come to us, but it is only those goals in life that we are meant to do that we will get such ideas, we will get such thoughts, and we will even challenge ourselves to doing it, And this is very important factor to remember for each one of us. We will not run after every goal. We will not run after, we will not even have the inclination to tackle every fear, so to speak. It's only for those goals worthwhile that we are actually meant for achieving in life, so to speak. I personally feel that we will even bother to tackle the fears behind it. Yeah. So, because you see, not everybody wants to run a marathon, not everybody wants to go on Insta Live, so they don't need to tackle such fears. So it depends, whatever you have for yourself. For me, it was more about, I would say, after 3 years of having started this Walk With Me account, I had shared posts, reels, videos, in fact even created a Insta shop where that still gives me an opportunity to create some merchandise that is just an extension of an expression of my ideas, you know. But I realized the only thing that I had not done was go live, and that was because my fears had pulled me back, you know, and hold me. And rightly so, because it was new to me. I had no idea what to expect, who would show up, who my audience was, would they be interested in what I have to say, because I was bringing to the table what I want to bring, not what people want to hear. I'm speaking my truth, not what people want to hear. So that was something I had to tackle, that fear in me. But I still challenged myself, and I still showed up, and for that I am truly grateful to myself for doing this challenge publicly, you know. I could have done this privately, but no, the challenge itself was to go live, so it has to be publicly. But anyways, like I say, we may be from wherever we are in the world. We may be having different fears in life, but our goal is common. And that is why it brings us, this challenge brings us together, our shared goal of overcoming our fears and transforming them into love. Yeah. So welcome to day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge. You know, sometimes, as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, sometimes we must pick this challenge up abruptly in life, and that is because it doesn't give us enough time to think or back out, but rather just gives us enough time to ask ourselves, how are we now going to make this work? And we have no choice but to make it work. And that's exactly the position I put myself into a week ago. Hi, welcome to day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge. We've already started, so please just join in, Kuldhumi. And so I was mentioning in one of my earlier videos that sometimes we must take up this challenge abruptly, so we don't give ourselves enough time to back out, to talk ourselves out of it, overthink, but instead just give ourselves enough time to ask ourselves this question: how are we now going to make this work for ourselves? So just do this, start for yourself, and whenever you do, remember to go through each of my live videos that is already on my Insta page. I've created a video series out of it. Each day, challenge yourself, go through the video, and then leave your comments behind, because trust me, when you're going through this challenge, these videos will act as a solace, it will act as a support for you, and so much more, because it will remind you that you're not in this alone. Yeah, so it will keep you going, especially when your fears kick in and you want to give up, you know, sort of, or leave in the middle and not finish this challenge. So let me say, without much ado, that I always begin by saying this, that out of all the many things that you could have been doing right now, you choose to be here with me on this live. Your presence truly supports me and encourages me, and for that I am truly grateful to you. Yeah, so I begin as always by asking myself this question: what's the purpose of my Insta live today? How can I add value to all those listening, and all those listening who are present and who will be listening at a later stage, if at all? And how can I add more substance to this entire life, that everybody has at least one thing, if not all, that has of value to them at this point in their time. Hi, welcome to day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge. So I'm already on day 7, and I have just begun the introductions that I was giving an example that why we can choose something worthwhile for us, that some activity that is worthwhile for us, that we want to challenge ourselves because we think it is worthwhile for us, that we are willing to put ourselves through this challenge of tackling our fears, you know. So please feel free to go through all my videos day by day. They are on my Insta page, that will guide you. I will not repeat so much for today. Yeah, so welcome to day 7, and I'm going to do this differently today. I am not going to, of course, and the reason is, before I had in my previous, I've been watching all my lives at least 2-3 times to understand and see where and how I can improve, I can become better. And for those who were with me on day 1, will realize that I do have a streak of perfectionism in my persona, and so self-criticism comes more natural to me, and even though it's not healthy, but this is how I've pushed myself in life up until now. So I am going to speak on that later on, self-criticism, self-acceptance, self-appreciation, and how this is of importance to us if we are to walk ourselves through this challenge, through these 7 days. Hi, welcome to day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge. I've already begun the introductions, Ricky, but feel free to go through each of my videos if you find this interesting and intriguing enough to challenge yourself to tackle one of your fears that you may have in your life, to overcome them and see where it lands you, because like I always say, we have nothing to lose but our fears itself, you know. So I am going to jump right in, because I respect everybody's time who's joined me on time, and people can come in later. So today's topic is once more one of my favorites, and it blends in with all the topics that I have chosen for each and every day up until now. So today's topic is embrace yourself, embrace what makes you different to make a difference. Embrace what makes you different to make a difference. And this is from the Disney movie Dumbo, and this is very dear to me, this quote, and I live by it. So how better to end this challenge than to talk about this topic, you know. So I'm going to do all the recap for all those who do want to come in. Hello, we've already begun. So from my past experiences, I am just gonna tell you that this is day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge that I had picked up for myself, and that was to go live on Insta. That was something that I wanted to overcome in myself. But as a viewer, as to everybody who comes and joins me on this live, I tell them, pick up something worthwhile for yourself, do something, challenge yourself that will help you overcome your fears, and you never know where this leads you. So I've already started and done all the introductions, so I will not take much time, but I'm going to quickly begin today's topic, which is embrace what makes you different to make a difference. And that's a quote from Disney movie Dumbo. Yeah, so if you want me to do all the recap, I will do at the end of it. So the question, because today is the last day of my of my challenge, the question that I asked myself was, and this is for everyone who does this challenge, who picks up this challenge for themselves, the question that you should ask yourself is, how is the fear on day 1 versus day 7? Welcome everyone who's joined me. We are just beginning. So the question is, how is the fear on day 1 versus day 7? This is important, because if we don't ask ourselves this question for our own self, we will not find out how far we've come in this challenge. If we have challenged ourselves, given ourselves good enough a challenge, not an easy one, you know, so we won't be able to understand and realize that how far we've succeeded in overcoming our fears, to a large extent, if not wholly. You know, at least largely we've overcome those fears. We have 6 days of experience of whatever those fears have may have been, you know. So at least we are out of this. Welcome Ankush. We've made this fear of the unknown a little more familiar, because we have this 6 days of experience. This unknown zone has become a little bit more familiar. So this helps us gauge our own fears and how far we've come, how far we can still continue if we want to, or if we can, we realize we don't want to go further with it. It is okay, at least we now know where we stand, So for example, for me, I will always give my examples because my fear was to tackle with my going on Insta Live. So as I tackle this fear on day 7, I understand what to do, what not to do. I learn from my mistakes. I criticize myself enough to improve myself. I watch the videos. I realize how each time someone new comes, I actually do break the rhythm that I am into, to greet them, to welcome them, to get them into the loop. So this is the example I'm giving you. Now, if you have picked up something for yourself, some skills, some hobby, some sport, as I was giving an example of, if you are to run a marathon for that matter, if that's a challenge you've picked up for yourself. There's a fear involved. If you are to suddenly run a marathon and you're not a runner, but you still dream of that, you have some high aspirations for yourself in life. Now, how are you going to overcome that, So I think the lightning is okay. So, this is what I mean by challenge yourself enough. And I try my best to improve by the end of day 7. So this is something I can see for myself, that how is my fear from day 1 to day 7? Has it transformed? Have I been able to overcome? Am I still confident? Do I still have the courage to continue? And so on, So that's if I were to measure this, if at all, we can't measure it, but if at all. So remember, this is where self-criticism will kick in, and that is why the topic for day 1 was practically perfect in every way, because we will have to learn to accept that practically perfect is okay, because the self-criticism will kick in, and that is also a fear speaking. That is something I say. So when I started this, for those who've joined me later, I speak of self-criticism, self-acceptance, and self-appreciation. How we must have a unique blend for our own self when we are challenging ourselves to doing something, because each have a role to play. But I will blend it all with a quote that I'm going to talk about today, and that is, embrace what makes you different to make a difference. So I'm going to just continue with this topic. Let me just say this. So yeah, why embracing is so different. Embracing is so important. Embrace yourself. Embrace what makes you different. The reason is, yesterday I was speaking about, hi, welcome to day 7 finally. Yesterday I was speaking about, how can I say? Yeah, today I'm not so prepared as I was all these days, but I will come through it. Be original, just like Mickey the true original. Why? Why is this so important? Because when we are original and we are true to ourselves, now what will happen is we are able to embrace our differences. And that's this, when we embrace our difference, what makes us different in life, now that becomes our own strength, and that will help us continue and to push past. Now these are the fears. This is not some random fears that we've picked up that to challenge ourselves. Remember this is for a goal worthwhile in our life, so for example, for me, I will speak only for the Insta lives that I have these fears. So how can I say this, my aim was that how can I show up with value, and that in itself is a fear, because I'm gauging what people want or not want. I have no idea, and that is why I choose to bring what I have to offer. And I did not choose a topic that is how do I say this, that is current topics of the world that interests everybody, I choose something that I have to offer, and that is why I say be original, just like Mickey the true original. Stay true to yourself. So if I am to continue, and the reason I said this, I'm going to say this. Sometimes the fears that if we will challenge ourselves correctly and rightly, the fears are sometimes they are like a glass ceiling that hold us to a certain level, and we even though the sky is limitless and there's beyond the sky there's universe and whatever, this glass ceiling, this as we challenge ourselves, this is where we reach the glass ceiling and we have the possibility of breaking this glass ceiling, so to speak, so once again, start. You have nothing to lose, and for me this is the last straw of going live. It has been really challenging, for sure, but I would say before even attempting, I would say as we how do I say this, challenge ours, as we measure our fears by the end of day 7, we will realize that accepting doesn't come easy, because we have realized that there were so many fears, and I speak for myself, that we had to overcome. Sometimes acceptance doesn't come easily, and that is why today's topic was embrace what makes you different. So this will help you go further. If I am to still continue for the next 7 days, which I don't think I will for now, I'll take a break, but you must, it's like kindness goes along with learning to embrace yourself for doing this, and how do I say this, for example, I was initially giving an example of running a marathon. For example, if you are running if this is a goal that you have in life, that you're running a marathon and you want to choose, now that's a far-fetched goal, 42 kilometers, but if you were to challenge yourself, I will run only 1K every day for the next 7 days. Now, isn't that doable? Yeah. So you have to embrace yourself that yes, at least you started this. You can do this because you're starting from zero. You're starting from scratch. And that is why we are doing this, remember, for our own self, not for others. Because what will happen is our focus remains within and not outside. So for me, my challenge was, the fear was, who will show up? What if I forget what I have to say? What if I'm not able to keep up with the crowd, whoever might show up? What if they don't like what I have to say, etc., etc. Those were the fears. Now, by the end of day 7, the fears that I had were, I would say, valid, but this gives me a heads up that how I should prepare myself. So for me, my even if 10 people show up and in my life, even for 1 minute, that's a big achievement. If 2 people stay until the end, that's a big achievement, because I am starting from 0. You remember? So from 0 to 2, 0 to 5, 0 to 10 in itself is an achievement. And that is why I repeat, we must do something that is true to ourselves, because that will come naturally to us instead of us molding ourselves for the other person. Because then what will happen is we are not, we will find ourselves faking it, putting up a facade, and it will not be natural. And this is where, when we now speak, like I will speak for myself, this is where when we are true to ourselves, we will be able to transform this flow of fear into flow of love. We will learn to, how do I say, come to love what we are doing despite all the fears. And I actually do enjoy coming on live and talking and sharing what I have to say. So this is something I would have never found out if I had never begun. And same way, in your life, if you don't start, how will you find out if you love it or not? And that is why this is a challenge, because it is a challenge to even start. It's only when you challenge to start will it even become a big change in your life. And in my life, it has definitely been a big change, because it triggered a lot of points in me. It compelled me to face them. It compelled me to show up nonetheless, because it compelled me to speak nonetheless. These videos will help you at a later stage, if at all, whenever you do begin your journey of this challenging yourself, So, because remember, I still repeat, we may be wherever in the world, our fears may be different, but our goal is common, and that is to overcome, and that will connect us anyhow, even if we are not doing this together, it will connect us anyhow at that point in time. So remember, embrace what makes you different to make a difference, and that we can only do when we stay true to ourselves, when we are be original, just like Mickey the true original, true to our own self, our own essence. And this has the potential to turn how would I say it around, whatever obstacles or how do I say hurdles we may face in life. This has the possibility and the potential of turning it around into our biggest strength in life, because when we see for ourselves that we have taken up this challenge, when we see for ourselves that we have pushed past through 7 days, when we see for ourselves that we did it nonetheless, something within us shifts, that yes, there's a possibility. The way we see ourselves changes. It's not the way how others see us. The way we see ourselves changes. That yes, we have it in us, because see, in the end, we don't need to show the world that we have it in us. We need to be able to show ourselves that we have it in us. You understand? Because self-confidence is based on self. Self-criticism is based on self. Self-acceptance is based on self. So who do you need to show? Our own self. What? That we can do it. You understand what I'm trying to tell you here? Are we on the same page? Or am I going too fast today? Because I realized yesterday I was just too fast. Please give me a thumbs up if you are, if we are on the same page. And if you have any questions, I will keep a break right now to address that. Guys, I truly support that. No? I will continue. So this is welcome to day 7 of Do One Thing You Fear Every Day for 1 week challenge. I am going to just continue where I have been. The topic for today was, thank you so much. So the topic for today was embrace what makes you different to make a difference in this world. Because it's only when we embrace our own uniqueness, our own originality, our own self, that we even have the possibility to bring to the table, bring to the world our own, what we are born for. Not what is expected, but what we are born for. And that is why embrace yourself, embrace your uniqueness, your different, what makes you different. And then bring that to the table, challenge yourself to bring that to the world. And that is why I repeat, for those who've missed out, that that is where comes in on day 7, our uniqueness. I would say we owe it to our own self to find our own unique balance that we must create for our own self, of self-criticism, self-acceptance and self-appreciation as we continue through this 7-day challenge. Because criticism will help us improvise. We will see where we are going wrong. We will improve and become better and better every day. Acceptance will allow us to be just that what we were at that point in time. So we accept who we were, or who we are at this point in time, but then we continue to improve. And self-appreciation allows us to see all the good things that we have been able to do during these 7 days. For me, it has been Insta Live. I have been able to criticize myself, accept myself, and at the same time appreciate myself for showing up. So remember, embrace yourself and be kind to yourself for starting this journey. I would part with one thing today, and that is I would ask yourself this question, because this is relevant to this quote. Are you still trying to fit in? Or are you still finding ways to stand out in life? Or are you ready to embrace what makes you different to make a difference? And this is very important question that we each must answer to our own self. Yeah. So I'm going to stop here right now today. If you have not considered picking up anything, do come back and consider picking up this challenge for yourself. Do this for yourself, nobody else, you know. And let me know where you are from. I would love for you guys to, even if 2 people are there, tell me where are you from. It would be nice. I'm from Antwerp, Belgium, and if you can type in where you are from. No? Okay, no worries. Okay, so anyways, whenever you want to go do this challenge, everything is available on my Insta page. Challenge yourself. Oh, that is nice, Vishakhapatnam. That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Now that's something, that's a place I've yet to visit in the world. Definitely, thank you for sharing that. So all the videos, challenge yourself. I would say pick up something that you want. Do this for 7 days and see where this leads you in life. You know, I have definitely learned a lot from going on Insta Live. I've how do I say this? Faced a lot of my inner fears, and I am glad that I was able to release them and transform them into love, because I definitely will show up live, if not so regularly, but regularly I will bring something of value to the world with my lives. So remember, we have nothing to lose. Hi, thank you for joining. Except for our fears, yeah, do this for yourself. So until I come back with more lives, walk with me on this path of self-transformation, where we each strive to, I would say, uncover, discover, and realize our potential in life, you know. So thank you very much, all those who have supported me through this 7 days. Your presence encouraged me, supported me, and gave me an opportunity to come on live every day, because I was not here to sell you anything. I had no motive. The only thing was to inspire you to challenge yourself to pick up something also and join me on this challenge as I was challenging myself. Because remember, I always repeat, we may be wherever we are in the world, our fears may be different, but our goal is common, and that is to overcome and transform them. And if knowing that we are in this together, it makes it a little easier, if not, you know, so much. So I will be back. It gave me an opportunity to come to face to face with my, thank you, with my fears. It gave me an opportunity to come and meet new people online. It gave me an opportunity to how would I prepare something of value that would be of value to you in your life, if not today, maybe at a later stage. So I am grateful to you all for joining me and supporting me with your presence. Until my next life, I will continue to create content that is hopefully inspiring you through my reels and my posts and my stories. So guys, walk with me and share this with your friends and family. If you found it valuable for yourself, then do consider sharing this with your friends and family. I thank you once again. Until next time, I will be back. Bye. If you have something to say, I would love for you to add something before I leave. Whoever is still around. Yeah, Kuldhumi and Dr. Tulasi, if you have something to add before I leave. If not, I will, I hope you took something of value from this live today. Yeah. Okay, I will go then. Thank you very much for your support. Yeah. No? Okay. 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 So I will And can you add something to that? What would that be? Would you consider picking up this challenge for yourself, doing something you fear for 1 week challenge? Would you pick up that for yourself? And if so, what would that fear be that you would want to tackle in your life, if at all? Do share that with us. No? Okay. Yeah, please. I look forward to share that. Listening to what you have to say. Good. Then I look forward. All the videos are in a video series on my Insta page. As you go through that challenge for yourself, I would love to see your comments, sharing your experience below each day's video, as and when. Now that is interesting. Yeah. And that would be that's something I can relate to. Definitely stage fear. Yes, definitely. But something in us, what happens is something in us compels us to even tackle that fear, because we so want to do that in life. I know for myself. So I can truly resonate with what you have to say. And I look forward for you to taking up this challenge and sharing your comments in your experiences in below each day's video that I have posted. That would be something that I'm sure will be of value to everyone who does watch this and does this challenge for themselves. Yeah, I wish you good luck and for taking up this. Yeah, I will go now, guys, if you have something else. If not, I am truly grateful for your presence and your support. It truly encouraged me. This entire 7 days was challenging, but I am grateful. Thank you, and I will continue to bring more content and more inspiring reels for you all. So until my next live, I thank you very much. Bye.